finesse the source. I master the course, and I'm still alive, man. Jesus walks. Yes. What's good, people? Myself, Man Like Rage, back again with another episode for you lot, back with another video for you lot. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, support your boy. Let's get it. Let's get straight into this one. Alright, so there's a few artists, well, not a few, there's a good amount of artists that's been blocked from platforms like BBC, the radio and all that, and there's a list that's been circulating now. A lot of you may not know because you're not in the industry and you're not part of certain circles or infrastructures, but people actually do get blackballed for real. Now, there's a few artists that I want to talk about that are on this list. Do you not think you know who I'm going to talk about? Do you not think it's Kanye West? You think it's Ghetts? You think it's Wiley? There's one artist in particular who I'm going to talk about, but let's go through this list anyway. Cool, so Bouncer posted this list on his Instagram. Now, this list is not supposed to be public information, so Bouncer getting this list and putting it out there is actually, it's insightful. You know what it is? If Bouncer was a part of the industry, he would have something to worry about, because they'll actually try and come for him for this and try and block him in certain ways and whatever, because that's just what they do, innit? Gatekeepers, you know what I'm saying? But there's a reset now, so there's going to be a lot of things happening which are going to be out of a lot of people's control. You understand what I'm saying? So let me throw this up on the screen. So this first one, this list has... So Bouncers put exposing BBC Radio 1 and the music industry. This is a list of artists they can't play on air. Why is Wiley's name being added? Then he says, read the next slide. All right, cool. Let's get into this. So, Artists to Rest, updated the 24th of March, 2026. This information is confidential and for production teams only. Please do not circulate. But we have it circulating. All right, cool. So, Kanye West, Wiley, Ghetts, and Dig That. Their names are highlighted. Now, Kanye West, we know why his name would be highlighted and be top of the list, because of the amount of controversial things he said over the years, his views on certain topics, some comments he's made which have been deemed anti-Semitic. And we all know who controls these industries and these platforms. So for Kanye getting shut down the way he did get shut down for a hot minute, it was very, very possible, because who owns everything? Who runs everything? Who's in charge? Who's the CEOs? Whose platforms are we all on? You understand what I'm saying? Kanye West was meant to headline Wireless. Kanye West has been blocked from that. Sponsors have pulled out, and Wireless has now been cancelled because there's a lot of controversy around Kanye West's name. Wiley also was a man that came out and said a few very controversial things, some anti-Semitic comments as well. So Wiley was also blocked for a very, very hot minute. His Instagrams, platforms was deleted, his Twitters, his accounts got cancelled and blocked. I believe, did he say his bank accounts was frozen? Some of them was frozen. And Wiley went through it. And for a hot minute, we couldn't find Wiley on social media because, again, the people that control things had him blocked and cancelled out. Ghetts, obviously, we know what happened recently with Ghetts. You lot all saw it. If you didn't see what happened, then you've probably been living under a rock. But we saw what happened with Ghetts, and so they've added his name to the list as of artists not to play. And Dig That as well, in and out of jail, but gang-related stuff, and there's a few other things circulating around his name while he's on that list. Now, the rest of these people on this list, I don't even know who this next name is. D4VD, I don't know if that's meant to be David. ASAP from 6'7", Collective, Bobby Villain, Crazy Titch. Now, Crazy Titch is another one who's been inside the can. He's inside jail. He's in jail. He's been in there for a good couple of years for a case that happened, the scenario that happened involving himself. So understandable why they would place him on this list as well. Eric Morillo, Frenzo Haram, Goldie One. Harlem Spartans, a drill group involved in certain activities, criminal activities. I believe some of them are in jail right now. Ian Watkins, Jock Hill, Lats, Mr. K. Let me slide over to this next list. Now, this next list has also got some similar name, but continuing. Mizzo Mac, another drill artist. Mystical, Ninja Man, okay, Octavian. Now, Octavian is an artist that I want to speak about as well, because I believe it was 2022 or 2023. Octavian was involved in a DV case that went viral online, and it was a big thing here in the UK. He had a DV case involving his partner at the time. Now, at the time of this happening, it came out and it went viral. So she waited until Octavian was releasing his album, which was a big album with some of your biggest names in the music scene, UK and US. She had features on there from acts like Headie One. She had Future on. He had Headie One on there. He had Future on there. And they even released a music video and a few other big names. Now, when the album came out, that's when his partner at the time decided to go online and post images of herself bruised up and scarred up, and saying that she had been in a domestic... she's been in a violent relationship with Octavian, where he had been allegedly harming her. Now, throughout this time, I was around Octavian as well. Like, we was doing certain works and we was rolling, and it was just, obviously, when things like that happen, it affects men mentally. So we was just trying to, like, give him reassurance, showing him about prayer and God and all of these things, and, you know, just being very supportive of Broski. Now, Octavian showed me certain things which he didn't put out to the public at the time, which was obviously her in his apartment acting crazy. There was a video of her holding a weapon and him saying, just leave. And it shows that it wasn't just a DV relationship. It was, how do I put this? It was a relationship where it was a toxic relationship where both sides have done things that they shouldn't have done to one another. But obviously she came out and painted her picture and said, he's done this, he's guilty. It was all him. And obviously, as men, more time, we don't do too much and do the most, obviously. So she's done that, and he's just left it to the law. Now, it's gone to court, they've checked all the evidence, they went over the case and everything, and Octavian got not guilty. Why did he get not guilty? Because he obviously wasn't guilty. But he let the law and justice serve the case. You understand what I'm saying? But even after his name being cleared and them seeing that he wasn't guilty, and the case being taken to court and investigations for months and them getting to the bottom of it, he still has his name on a list like this, which me personally, I just feel like it's not fair. You know what I'm saying? To be accused of something, to get found not guilty, and then still being blackballed by this industry, having your name on a list like this, saying that they can't play you on radio. And once the BBC has a list like this, not being able to be played on radio, there's obviously, it's also circulating in the industry, so that he won't get invited to certain shows, he won't be put up for certain awards, even if he's been putting in the work and going ham with his career. But this is just something that the industry does. So, and this is not just the music industry, this is loads of industries. You might get blackballed in certain ways for whatever it is. So just be aware of that when you're moving around. PD, Pras Michael, okay to play Fugees music though. R. Kelly, any program team wishing to play R. Kelly in any form, featured artist, remix, sample, etc. should refer to the music team first. So there's like, you can play R. Kelly, but check in first before you do that. Reeks, MB, another drill artist, Silent O, SJ from OFB, who is currently in jail for a crime as well. So I get why they've added him to the list. Snoopy Montana, Solo 45, who's also in jail for various crimes. 10, and Tory Lanez, who's also in jail. But Tory Lanez, I believe he's innocent, and evidence has come out to support that, but still they've got him on this list. Now, this is stuff that you just have to deal with as an artist. This is part of the game. And that's why you see a lot of the time people are very cautious and careful with how they speak on things and things they say, because for a lot of people, this is their bread and butter, this is their career, and they don't want to go against the greats or certain people in control or say things out of line or do things out of line. That's why you see a lot of the time people just follow the rules and go with it because they're getting money, and it's like they don't want to jeopardize that or ruin that for anything, because it puts a roof over their head. But in other scenarios, there's people that go up against industries and say, you lot are wrong because you lot do this, you lot do that, you lot do this, you lot do that, and speak out against them. And in retaliation, they don't come out individually and speak back against you. They just block you. And they'll block your music from being played. They'll block your content. They'll make sure you're not invited to anywhere. They'll blackball you. Anything you do will get pushed to the side. And other people will see this happening and they will not want to rub shoulders with you or come near you. And it's a cold industry, but that's just the way it is. So being in this industry, you got to know how to maneuver. But there is things like this going on, and these lists are circulating in an industry. It happens in music, it happens in film, it happens in fashion, it happens in sports. All of these industries, they have these type of things going on where people will put out a list or something with your name on it, where people do not mess with you. They won't touch you, they won't go near you until you conform and start following the guidelines and doing what they're doing. Now, Wiley and Kanye West have both come out and apologized for certain comments they've made and things they've done online in the past. But it's just like sometimes they don't get over it. They don't let it go straight away. And it's so crazy because you will say certain things against a certain community, but when you've been doing your whole career talking one type of way and saying certain things about a certain type of community, another community or demographic, it gets praised and glorified, and people throw money at you for it. For instance, people, I don't know, talking about violence, guns, drugs, all of these things, but once you put out your beliefs, maybe against a certain group of people, and these may be the people that control everything, you just need to know what you're doing, because again, it's like, what do you guys own? What do we own? So this is like about building our own infrastructures, having our own platforms, having our own safe spaces where we can go. And they say, yeah, it's freedom of speech and all of these things, but it's really not. So you just got to be aware of that. But yeah, the list is circulating, the list is real, and these things do happen. But with that being said, myself, Rage, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And remember one thing only, God is the greatest. And oh yeah, stay protected. Jesus walks, them man close the mouth when I speak. I got the keys, voice of the streets.